Gildernew Colm.
Last Ceann Comhairle agus tá fáilte road go dtí na daoine a lig an seo.
And I wish to welcome everyone here this evening.
Feeling from the people of Fermanagh and South Tyrone as reflected in the attendance by so many people here who have travelled so far to be here today. I would also like to join with colleagues in wishing Deborah and her husband and her young baby, new baby, all the very best in the time ahead, and our thoughts are certainly with them. As local representatives, we can clearly see the strength of feeling that exists in our community about the ongoing issues at the SWA. We're now approaching the 3-year anniversary of the collapse of emergency general surgery, and I think it is important to reiterate that this was an unplanned collapse of a service as opposed to any type of planned transformation. I have met with SOAS on a number of occasions, and I want to acknowledge their dedication and commitment to seeing emergency general surgery restored to the South West Acute. I also want to thank and acknowledge the very many patients, community groups, business leaders and constituents who have contacted me and shared their experiences with me and with other colleagues on this issue. I carry you, it's a very concerning picture that has emerged of patients having to travel sometimes up to and over 2 hours to Altnagelvin in Derry, only then to be told that they must join the back of the queue again, thereby enduring the notorious double wait. We all know the issues which are facing many of our EDs, with media reports regularly shining a spotlight on the grim reality of people languishing in pain for hours on end, sometimes without even the dignity of a hospital trolley, as well as pressure on healthcare staff and the moral hazard that they experience day and daily. Patients in Fermanagh and the surrounding areas fully deserve to have equal access to life-saving healthcare, and the Minister should be doing everything in his power to make this a reality. And I reflected just on what Trevor said earlier, and I have to say I fully agree. We absolutely have to look at this on a bigger picture. I have heard in relation to South West Acute at times reference to Manchester models and London models. The reality is we are not tasked with providing services to that type of demographic, and we have to design services for the demographic we have. It's as simple as that, and we have to make it fair and equal and world-leading. The hospital in Enniskillen was hard fought for, and I recall the battle to get that hospital there to serve the people of our area. It's undoubtedly one of the best healthcare facilities on this island. That's not disputed, but it has never been allowed to reach its full potential. And that's not a reflection, by the way, on any way whatsoever on the excellent care the staff are providing at the SWA. Despite all the challenges, the staff deserve better also. Neither the Western Trust nor the Minister has taken responsibility for allowing the situation to develop in the first place or for providing solutions. I have to say that the attitude of the Western Trust has been unhelpful. From day one, they have taken a head-in-the-sand approach and have seemed unwilling to take seriously the concerns which have been raised by so many in our community. We saw this very clearly in their approach to the consultation over the summer, which was so poor that it had to be abandoned. The decision to hold only one consultation event with a limited number of places available was always bound to cause upset and outrage. And the decision by the Minister, and I welcome him attending this debate today, the decision by the Minister to intervene and pause the consultation was very much the right one and very much welcome. What we need to see now is a straightforward way which we can ensure the future sustainability of the South West Acute Hospital for many years to come. We urgently need to see cross-border links being developed as was initially planned for the South West Acute. We're constantly being told the population within the catchment of the hospital isn't big enough to sustain the current level of frontline service. But then those responsible for planning services continue to ignore and isolate the hospital from its natural hinterland counties of Cavan, Leitrim, Monaghan and Donegal. There are strong precedents for cross-border cooperation between North and South. For example, the Regional Cancer Centre in Derry and the All-Ireland Paediatric Cardiology Service, which I have visited and which have both been a massive success, and models which need to be built upon at pace now across this island. Finally, Ceann Comhairle, we now need to see a proper, respectful, inclusive and productive co-production and co-design process being put in place to allow the people of Fermanagh and Tyrone to engage on the basis of fairness, of equality, to have a meaningful say in the health services being provided for the people of our constituency, and to ensure that those services are providing first-class health and emergency care for all. I will conclude my remarks there, Last Giancolia, and thank colleagues for taking part in this debate today.
Thank you very much,